Hi there. This is the story of SEALSQ. They recently reported the results for the last 9 months, and the price went up from $2.50 to over $6. An amazing performance. And the most important question is whether SEALSQ, at the current price, current market cap, is still a great investment. I mean, to have another double like this in the next 1 month or 2 months. And the answer to that question, you will find it in this box. During this video, I'll open the box and you'll find the answer here. Now, to understand the price, why went up so much, and then to see if you have possible appreciation in the stock price over a longer period, you have to look at their business, right? First, if you look at the revenue over the last 3 years, 23 million, 40 million, and then a huge decline to 10 million. And then the estimates for 2025, they expect a rebound in their revenue. They already reported an increase in the revenue for the last 9 months, over 40%, and that's great. And that's why the price went up. Now, there are also other drivers. They also offered guidance for 2026, and they expect the revenue to increase by, between 50 and 100%. So if we'll take the high range from 20 million, a double, you have 40 million in revenue for 26, right? And they also offer guidance for the following year, after 2026. Between 2026 and 2028, they expect, they have a business pipeline which can generate potential revenue around $175 million. Now here you have to be very, very careful. Be aware of the years, the time range, 26, 28. So 26, we already have the guidance, 40 million, right? High range. So we subtract 40 million from 175 million, and we are left with 135 million, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So this will be the revenue for the next year after 2026. So 27, 28, right? This time range. Now, if you divide by year, they might make over 60 million, right? In revenue, over 60 million. Now, take into account this revenue, 60 million, 27, and maybe 70 million, 28, or more than that, right? Now, how do you value this business? Ask that question to know if this is a great investment. If you look at their earnings, 22, profit, 5 million, that's great. But 23, a loss of 3 million, and 24, a huge loss of 21 million, of course, huge loss compared to their revenue. So you have to ask the question if they can become profitable. Now, you also have to understand that they operate in this quantum resistant semiconductors industry. And as we have this AI boom, and semiconductor is an important factor for AI, we are in a bubble here. Be aware of this. And they also offer cybersecurity solutions. Now, you also have to look at the balance sheet. They report it in their statements because they haven't provided the balance sheet so far for the last 9 months. They reported the cash position about 220 million. Compare this amount with the current market cap, 878 million. So it's quite a significant amount. And this number, I took it from the latest report, from the latest balance sheet report. So 5.4 million. So not that high, right, compared to their cash. They have enough money to fund their operations, their losses, huge losses, and continue with their strategic growth ahead. They want to grow through acquisitions, if you read their latest report, they announced different acquisitions, more partnerships in this area. Quantum resistant semiconductors, and of course other cybersecurity solutions. Now, let's try to value this company, if it can go higher than this level. So you already have 220 million in cash. Let's say 200 million in cash, right? And revenue, 26-40 million. Let's say the high range, 70 million, right? For 2028. Maybe more than that. We never know. But we don't know if they can become profitable. First, we value this business based on the revenue. So you can have 700 million here in the revenue, from the revenue, another 200 million from the cash, 900 million is the valuation. Future valuation by, let me check, 2028. 2028, 900 million in revenue. Of course, it can reach 1 billion in market cap, because if they announce another acquisition, different partnerships, they might raise more money from investors. Yes, the market cap can reach 1 billion. There is no doubt for that. Now, from the current level, 800 million to 1 billion, yes, you have some upside, but not much, not that high. And then, of course, if you have other estimates, you think that the revenue may be higher than 70 million, 2028, I don't know, 100 million, then the valuation can be higher. Now, pay attention to this. Market cap can go up to 1 billion or even more than 1 billion. If they continue to grow, and if they also report a profit, that will be a huge, huge plus. The valuation can go higher than 1 billion. Now, the problem is the price. You buy right now $6 per share, right? But you also have to take into account the number of shares, because you can have dilution. This means, yes, the market cap will go higher, but the price will go down if they continue to issue more shares. And are they likely to issue more shares? As a question. Well, as long as they report a loss, they have to cover those losses. And they'll continue to issue more shares. And also ask yourself, how do they got 220 million in cash when the revenue is less than 10 million or 40 million? Ask that question. Well, there is money from investors, from the public market. And here you have to be very careful, because if they continue to double number of shares, you get burned as an investor, especially if you buy right now at a high valuation. The strategy, as I said, to grow through acquisitions. But to grow through acquisitions and other partnerships, they will need cash to buy a new company and also fund the future operations of that company. Because you have to ask yourself if the company they acquire are profitable. If they are not, then expenses go up, losses go up. So from this level, now to open the box and show you my answer about SEALSQ, whether it's a great investment, you can see it here. It's not, in my view, it's not. Your upside is limited. And of course, you also have huge risk from dilution and here, earnings. You don't know for sure if they can become profitable. Now, if you want better investment ideas where your upside can be more than 2x and with low risk, where you have profitable companies, simply go to my profile, press join, and choose Titan Investor, Titan Membership. And there you have access to my portfolio. And my performance over the last 4 years has been over 40% per year. An amazing performance. Plus, you also get access to an investing course and other in-depth analysis. And bonus, access to the previous levels, Spartan and Gladiator. So see you there if you want to make real money. Now, there are some people that still want to invest in SEALSQ. And if you give me $1 million and tell me, John, you're only allowed to invest in this company, SEALSQ, and make a profit, what price would you pay? Well, the answer to that question is available to members, for Spartan members, where the price is lower. And if you join Titan, you also have access to Spartan. So see you there if you want to see my valuation for SEALSQ, the price, the real fair value of this company. That's it for this video.